and welcome. My name is Julia and today's yoga class we're going to be doing together is a journey into wheel pose. Now wheel pose is one of my ultimate favourite asanas, especially because you're really able to open up the front of the body as well as see a different perspective in life. So let's get started into a nice seated position. So just cross-legged. You can also sit yourself up on a bolster or a pillow under your butt to be able to elevate the hips. Or if you're happy just on the ground like me, then let's get started. So let's start by inhaling and really raising those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, dropping those shoulders down the back. Inhale, let's lengthen those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, rolling the shoulders down the back. One last time, inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling to drop. And then let's take a side bend here by dropping that right hand down on the mat, left arm coming up and over the ear, and just pulsing here gently, bringing some nice breath and movement into the left side body. You can close your eyes or keep them open, staring up to the left hand. And then coming back through center on an inhale, and then exhale over to the other side. So we're just starting really slow here, as always warming up the entire body with a focus on breathing deeply and just connecting inside, internally, seeing how your body feels today, how your mind feels today. And then as you inhale, bringing those arms up over the ears, exhale, bring the palms together at heart center and close your eyes. We're just going to take a moment here before we keep moving to check in with the body, check in with the mind. And let's set an intention for today's class. Maybe you have one already at the top of your mind, then go for that. Otherwise, let's focus on just being present. Being present and soaking up every single moment that we spend on the mat, and allowing your brain and your mind to just stop wandering and start connecting inwards so you can really reap all the benefits that we're going to create here. Breathing that intention in, you can bring your chin towards your chest and open your eyes. So let's start with a little hip stretch here, always good to do in any case. So bring one of your legs a little bit further forward than the opposite leg, and you're just going to simply walk your hands forward. Maybe you're coming up onto the tent of your fingers and working to pull from the pelvis with a straight spine over the legs. You should feel this on your right glutes. And maybe you want to also place the forearms down. Always energetically pulling from the crown of the head should help you really pull from that pelvis here and from the tailbone all the way to the top of your spine, allowing you to get that deep stretch here on the right side glutes. Maybe closing off the eyes and breathing deeply here, sending some love into the side of the body and relaxing. And then slowly walking those hands in towards the body. Let's take a gentle twist here. So the left hand comes to the right knee, right hand comes out behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist to gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, getting a nice twist. And then slowly coming forward, resetting, taking it to the other side here. So now the left leg is forward, and then we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, and again falling over the legs. Now don't worry here if one leg feels completely different. I mean, for me, this side, the left side of my body is always way more tight, especially when we're doing anything pigeon related or four-figure stretch, or on this pose. It takes a little bit longer on this side, and that's okay. Just wherever you are, breathing deeply into now the left side glutes and the hips. And inviting relaxation into this side of the body. Breathing deeply here. And exhale. Slowly walking those hands back to meet the body, and then bringing the right hand to the outside of the left leg this time. Left arm comes out behind us, and we inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist, gazing over the left shoulder this time. Inhale, and exhale. And then inhale, slowly coming back through center again, arms coming up overhead. And then we're going to cross over at the ankles and find our way into a tabletop position in the middle of our mat. So you know the game here. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, nice long spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And we'll take a couple cat-cows. So inhaling, dropping the belly, gazing up, stretching out that front body. Exhaling, pushing the mat away, gazing towards the belly button, stretching the back body. And then just keep doing this at your own pace and at your own breath. Exhaling as you push the mat away. Inhaling. And exhaling, warming up the spine. And then slowly coming back to a nice neutral position. We're going to walk our hands out a little bit further, almost as if we were going into downward dog, and really spread those hands wide. We're going to build up some heat here. Tuck your toes under and then just hover your knees over the mat. So you'll feel the core engage here, your back is also working, you can feel your glutes and your hip flexors, everything is fired up. And we're going to bring this into a movement. So you're going to inhale, come forward into plank, exhale, come back into this nice hovering position, and then coming into downward dog. We'll do this a few more times just to warm up the core, warm up the shoulders and the body, and we begin. So inhaling, coming forward, knees hovering, exhaling, plank, and then inhale, knees hovering, exhale, downward dog. Great job. Inhale, come back forward, knees hover, exhale to plank, inhale to knees hovering, and exhale, downward dog. One last time. Inhale, knees hovering. Exhale to plank. Inhale, knees hovering. And then coming back to your downward dog. And let's just stay here for a moment. Stretching out the back of the legs. Shaking your head, yes and no. Bending one knee at a time. And feeling that deep stretch all the way along each back of the legs. And then we're going to just slowly tiptoe those feet towards the hands. And then roll your way all the way up to standing. And finding yourself in Tadasana. Great work. So we're going to take some sun salutation A's with a little extra back bend here just to warm up. So what we'll do is join me in the first one together and we go slow. So inhaling your arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to bring those elbows in towards the body, gaze up. And then inhale, lengthening those fingertips to the ceiling again. And then exhale, bending over the legs. You can have your knees bent or straight, whatever feels good for you now. Inhaling to your flat back position. And as we exhale, we step the right foot back and we step the left foot back. And your choice on the knees are lifted, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhaling to your upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Good job. We'll just take a little breath here to reset. And exhale. And then bend those knees and you can step, walk or jump back to the top of the mat into your forward fold. We come back into our halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. And then coming up to standing once again. Hands coming to heart center. Now we'll do this again, breath to movement, just with that little extra back bend. And we go, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, bend the elbows in towards the body, back bend, gaze up. Inhale, lift again. And exhale, bend the legs forward, fold. Inhale, coming to our flat back position. Exhale, forward fold, and then let's step the left foot back and the right foot back, and your choice of coming down through Chaturanga, pushing the chest forward, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here, inhale, And exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, and make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms up, and hands to heart center. We'll do this one more time on each side with less guidance, so it's really about you being present, filling in your sun salutations today. So let's go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows towards the body. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees, look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time we go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Great work. Now just set your knees down onto the mat. We're going to push our hips back and enjoy a nice child's pose here. So knees can go as wide as the mat. Walk those hands out in front of you. Drop the forehead down. Allow your hips to sink into your heels and simply catch your breath in this moment. Inhaling, feeling your belly drop towards the mat, filling up the torso with energy. And exhaling, maybe you want to sigh out the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly rolling your way back up into a tabletop position. We're going to simply step that right foot forward and find ourselves into a nice low lunge. You can keep the toes tucked under or flat, whatever feels good for you. And if you can, lift those hands up onto the knee, or maybe bringing the arms up so the fingers are going towards the ceiling again. And what we're going to do is make this into a nice flowing hip opening and hamstring stretch. So as we exhale, we bring the hands down to the mat, hips come back, flex that front foot and stretch. Exhale, coming forward, arms up into a low lunge. And let's just move like this, breath to movement, really feeling into every part of your lower body here, pushing those hips down, stretching the torso, bringing the hands down and feeling that great stretch all along the back of this right leg. And then coming forward, maybe take a nice back bend here, and then hands down, hamstring stretch. One last time, inhaling, maybe bringing your arms up and back. Exhale, hamstring stretch. And then slowly coming forward, swapping the legs, and left leg comes forward. So again, finding your place here in low lunge, hands coming up onto the knee or up by the ears. And we just take that flow. Exhale, coming back into the hamstring stretch. And then coming up into low lunge. Hands down, coming back, stretching the hamstrings, and up by the ears, maybe a slight back bend. And again, coming back, stretching the back of our legs, arms up. Last time, and up into our low lunge, and then hands coming down, bringing the knees down, and then just slowly make your way to lying on your belly. Now let's strengthen the back a little bit. You can bring your feet as wide as the mat if you'd like to. Your arms can go also, both legs and arms, in a V shape. And first of all, we're going to bring our forehead onto the mat, so lengthen the back of your neck. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the top upper body up so the hands are off the mat. Try not to jerk your neck around, just make sure that that neck is staying nice and long. Push your pelvis into the mat to help support you. Feel your back strong here. One more nice breath here. And exhale, release. Whew, great work. These back strengtheners can be pretty tough. Now we've got the lower body. So inhale, lifting those legs up, really activating the glutes, activating every muscle in the leg, pushing that pelvis into the mat, feeling strong here in our lower body. We've got one more breath to hold. And exhale, release. Great work. And we're going to do it all together. So as we inhale, lifting everything up, feel like we're flying, activating every part of the body. See if you can really lift a little bit higher, one more breath. And release. Amazing work. You can use your hands as a nice pillow for the forehead. Sway your hips from side to side. Catching your breath. And then we're going to bring our hands to the top of our rib cages on either side. Bring the legs together, so zip them together, toes touching. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the elbows in towards the body, lift the forehead off the mat into a baby cobra. See if you can hover your hands off the mat. And then exhale, release. We're going to go into a halfway cobra, so half lifted. So inhale, lift a little bit higher, so you're almost parallel with the torso on the mat. And then exhale, release. Now we're going to lift into a high cobra, so remember, zipping those elbows in towards the body, lifting up. Maybe you can extend the arms all the way as long as your lower back has no pain. And then exhale. Let's do those three one more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe hovering the hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, release. Last time, all the way up, maybe with the elbows bent or straight. Exhale, release. And then slowly bring the hips back, finding yourself in child's pose one more time. Stretching out any tension you might have in the lower back here. And relaxing. Okay, we're going to cross over at the ankles, sit our butt back and find our way into lying down onto the mat with our feet planted gently. So we're getting there, almost at our wheel pose here. And let's just take a nice lower back stretch by bringing the knees in towards the chest and making a couple circles with the knees in one direction and the other. Should feel really nice massaging that lower back out. And then what we're going to do is bring our arms to either side of the body, our feet, and our legs can be at a 90-degree angle. And we're just going to use our core to drop our knees from side to side without letting them touch the ground. The key here is to try and keep both of your shoulders on the mat. And whenever you feel one lift, you know that's time for you to go to the other side. Strengthening the core here, whilst getting that nice all-round lower back stretch and massage. And then slowly coming back to center, planting those feet down on the mat, and we're going to start in our little bridge pose series. So you know where your feet are by touching the back of the ankles, and if your fingers can touch the back of your ankles, you are all good. Tuck your pelvis under and see if you can get that gap between the lower back planted on the mat, so your spine is long. And then when you're ready, you're just going to inhale and lift those hips up towards the sky into a nice bridge pose. So feel your glute activation here. Feel your knees pull away towards the top of the mat, lengthening those thighs out and lengthening the front of the body. Make sure that your head isn't moving around at all. You're just working that lower body here. And you can even use your triceps and your arms to push into the mat and help you lift even higher. One more breath here. And then exhale, release. You can knock your knees from side to side, releasing the hips a little bit and the core before we take it to stage 2. So, coming back to that central position here, we again sit up in the exact same position we had last time, and then we lift up our hips. Now, what you want to do is interlace your fingers under your back, and then you can shimmy those shoulder blades a little bit closer together and feel yourself lift your hips up even higher. What I like to do is always make sure that I can feel all four corners of my feet so that I'm not pushing the knees to the side. I'm really using those feet to let myself lift a little bit up higher. Breathing here. Feeling the strength in your lower body. Coming back to that present moment like our intention was set. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Again, knocking those knees from side to side. Releasing any tension here. Coming back to that intention. And then slowly coming back to center. So we're at the last stage here, and I'm going to take this in steps with you. So we're going to start like we did in the first place, lifting up gently together into a nice bridge pose. And then what you want to do is interlace those fingers behind your back and lift up even higher. Now if you feel stable here and you're ready, either stay here and just watch the rest of us go for it, or either stay here or let's go and try a little bit more into wheel pose. So you would release your hands from each other. You bring your hands to your shoulders with your fingers facing in towards the body. You can lift up onto the top of your head and then push into the hands and the feet to lift up even higher. Now making sure that you feel stable, that your knees aren't falling out, everything is working to lift those hips up. Breathing here. One more breath. And then tuck that chin in towards the chest. Bring the top of your head down first, and then slowly find your way back into a nice position here, lying on your mat. To relax, walk the feet out to either side of the mat and knock your knees in towards each other. You can bring one hand on top of the heart, one on top of the belly. Close your eyes and relax. Inhaling, feeling the breath fill up the chest and the ribs and the belly. And exhale, the belly, ribs and chest. And either stay here, or if you'd like to give it one more go with me, you can come into whatever variation you wanted, bridge pose with the arms under or straight to wheel, and we're going to hold just for 3 breaths. So either stay here or join me in coming into whatever part you like most, lifting up here, and we're holding for 3, for 2, last beautiful front stretch here, and then slowly coming down again onto the top of the head, then onto the back, knees coming in towards each other, and let's join our friends that stayed here, breathing deeply, catching your breath, and being grateful for your strong body that can allow you to experience new things. And then slowly bringing those knees in towards the chest. We're going to rock and roll up that spine until we find our way into a seated position, just like we began class. Sorry if my hair is a mess. Now, bring those arms up overhead again. Bring the hands together and just bring them all the way through your face, down towards your heart. And bring your chin in towards your chest. Practicing some of these more advanced asanas can be challenging. They can put us out of our comfort zone. But the main thing that I love yoga about is that it teaches you to take things as it comes, to challenge yourself. There's always options and modifications for you to do a little bit less or a little bit more each and every day. Some days I don't want to do wheel, other days I'm just dying for a teacher to cue it. You just take your own time, be present, feel into your body, and you almost can't go wrong. Thank yourself for showing up to class today, and I hopefully will see you next time. Bye.